Good morning. This is Caron Davis of Caron Realty International. Trust everyone had a wonderful Thanksgiving break last week, and I know a lot of us are racing into December until the Christmas period starts. So I thought it'd be great to really see, what happened last month in November in terms of statistics for the market before we go into another holiday phase. And let me just share on the screen. There's statistics that we've put together. And here we have the luxury home sales volume. And as you can see, we had luxury home sales of 29 sales last month in November. And this was actually down about 23% since October. So we did see a little decrease in activity actually recorded in November. And what I'm definitely seeing is some price changes in a lot of homes right now. And we definitely got a lot more price changes. We had about 24% more price changes in November versus October, which was only about 16% in price changes. The other thing that I'm seeing is I'm seeing some huge corrections in the market right now. There was a home in Kahala, for instance, that was listed for a little over 5.7 million, and that just adjusted a few weeks ago in November for about 4.7 million. So definitely some strong price changes. And what I see this time of year is people will get aggressive with their pricing because they want to get the home sold by the end of the year. I think we're very goal centered when it comes around holidays and the start of the new year. So if you're in the market thinking about buying, it might be a great time to buy just because the sellers will get more serious about selling their home than staying on the market for a lengthy time. I'm also seeing some houses come on and off the market several times. There was a home up in Hawaii Lower Ridge that's been on the market, on and off the market 3 or 4 times. And I believe there's an issue there. And I go back to when we list properties, if there's an issue that we have to address before we come on the market. Not to say there's a guarantee that it will go through with escrow, but this is why it's so strong that we believe in having a strong vendor list. So we have very experienced vendors to let us know what the situation may bring and how it can be fixed before we put homes on the market. These days, people are very detailed. They're, buyers, they're not rushing in to buy things like they did during the COVID period. And it's very important to know everything about your listing before you come on the market. One of the things a lot of experienced agents do now is pre-home inspections. And usually a home inspector will give us a little bit of a discount versus a full-on report like they give a buyer. And that's a tool that we've used before we put homes on the market also. But still healthy with the house sales. Before the whole COVID situation, sales were way lower than they were today. And of course, during the COVID period, they were a lot higher. As you can see in 2021, there was nearly double this amount of sales. People stayed at home looking at seeing what they could buy probably. The highest home sale, great sale, a dear friend of mine, a realtor friend of mine had sold this. And it was a very unique property and they got very lucky. It was a buyer who saw the home and it was sold for 8.8 million up in Tantalus. And this home was an Ossipoff home that everyone adores Ossipoff homes here in Honolulu, a 4-bedroom, 4.5 bath home. But big selling feature, of course, was the land. It was 8.4 acres of land, had a wonderful swimming pool. It offered 360 degrees of Honolulu, mountains, the iconic Diamond Head, of course, and you entered through a gate and a long driveway. It was very museum quality, like the home. And they came on the market, and I believe the buyer had seen it on the internet within 24 hours, and they were visiting. It was a local buyer, but they were on between business trips. And the home sold in record-breaking time in the first week. Sometimes like these homes can be on the market for a very long time. So very importantly is, with a real estate broker, they have to be 24/7. You never know when that right buyer is going to pop along. And I've always said that, when we go and introduce our services to clients, that we are 24/7 our office, and very, very important because we value every showing. And these unique properties in the luxury market, you have to be present and show on the qualified showings, of course. Now going to the condo market is getting a little affected right now. It's closed sales is 13 sales, but of those 13 sales, 40% of those was Victoria Place, the beautiful luxury new condominium down in the Kaka'ako area. And if the sales, if I, look at what sold without selling the new project, Victoria Place, it's 33% less than last month with the resale condominiums, the older buildings out there. And the median price is down about 41% in November versus October. So you are definitely seeing condo sales getting a little tighter right now. And it's, some of the issues we're dealing with, of course, that'll come into the new year is the maintenance fees of a lot of the condominiums are going up as much as 52, 54%. And it's something that I'm going to be in the midst of studying the luxury condo market so we can advise our clients where to price and successfully get their condos sold in a relatively short time. But it's definitely a new market we're all going into in the new year. So, with our networking and, we're very fortunate realtors here on Oahu where we share information and we try to get a feeling of what's really going on out there in the marketplace. The highest sale for the condominium is, as you can see here, can you stop? Of course, is the Victoria Place, of course, a 3-bedroom, 3-bath with a little under 1,900 square feet of living. And look at the beautiful views, of course, here. And that sold for $5 million and was only on the market for 4 days. A lot of resales are happening right then. And I look forward to going and visiting Victoria Place next week, actually. So I'll let you know all about it. Moving on to Marianne's photos for the week. It's very cold there on the mainland, and the nice thing about being in Hawaii, and maybe that's where we'll get more buyers from coming visiting our islands, is, how beautiful it is here. As cold as it is on there, I think the East Coast today was 33, 38 degrees. Here in Honolulu, we're about 82 degrees. So, and with that brings all the beautiful colors we still have around. And as you can see, the clusters are small, slightly bright red, pink or red flowers. Marianne describes these as. And then, of course, the pink hibiscus is still out there. And also the beautiful red halicona. So we're full of colors still, Hawaii, even with the colder weather on the mainland. And of course, the sunsets have just been amazing, and the sunrises, of course. Well, everyone have a wonderful weekend, and have great shopping. And I heard something on the Today Show today is maybe even use AI tools as you go into these department stores. Apparently they're using AI to help their customers figure out the good presents for different people they have to buy, family or friends. But again, thank you for taking the time of listening, and much aloha, and we'll be here next week. Aloha.